Rhodes University is facing a shortage of residence spaces, a challenge that has been ongoing for years. The university can accommodate around 3,000 students in its residence, but with a total student population of approximately 8,000, this leaves many students seeking off-campus accommodation. How did you find out about the residence shortage, and what was your reaction to that?
I was really shocked. I was really shocked to see that so many students don't have accommodation. So I was very shocked because in the previous years, Rhodes University never had like such shortage whereby like a lot of students don't have a place to stay. So.
Okay, so did you have a backup plan for accommodation, or you were coming from home to school?
I didn't have a backup plan in terms of having another place to live in here in Makanda. So I just had to stay at home. I didn't have a choice. So I was just staying at home.
Okay. So how far do you live from Rhodes University campus?
Like I said before, it's about 100 kilometers to 120 kilometers away in Port Alfred, and it's a 1-hour drive.
To address this, Rhodes University has implemented policies to ensure students have access to safe and sustainable off-campus accommodation. What causes the residence shortage here at Rhodes University?
There was a res shortage at the beginning of the year. This was due to some residences not being available to be used as residences. And secondly, there was a huge increase in applications to the university, first year applications. Mm-hmm. There was also delays in NSFAS approving applications. So we had a lot of students getting late clearance from NSFAS, then saying they want to come to the university. We could offer them an academic place, but we could not offer them a place in residence.
Okay. So what are the alternative accommodation options available here for students?
All right, there is off-campus accommodation, which is local accommodation that's available in flats, in houses, etc., that are rented out by estate agents. Okay. But there was still, even with that, there was a bit of a shortage, and the university found some alternative accommodation for some students on campus. These are houses that are used by the university normally for transit accommodation for staff, like new incoming staff. We've used these to house some students as well.
Okay, so are there any plans to increase residents here on campus?
Not generally, no. At the moment, our reses, we're not developing any new reses for the near future. Long term, I'm sure we'll look at it, but it takes a couple of years for new reses to be built.
Okay. So how does the university prioritize residence allocation?
Res allocations are done. The first thing we do is we allocate returning students who have booked residence, who have been cleared by the clearance date, are allocated to their residence. So it's returning students first. Once that deadline has passed, then we work with the first year students. And first year students, again, it's those that booked res, who have financial clearance by the deadline. Okay. Then we do the res allocations. If there is still space available, we help those returning students that didn't make the deadlines or who have changed their mind and wanted res. This year we had quite a lot of that, especially because of the NSFAS situation. We had first years that we allocated, and then returning students, some didn't automatically meet NSFAS criteria, etc., or some first years their applications to NSFAS were incomplete, so they only got late clearance, and those are the ones where we struggled.
Okay, so is there any financial support available for students affected by the shortage?
The university doesn't have financial assistance available to students with the residence situation. All students are either paying their res fees, or they're paying their accommodation fees, or they are funded by NSFAS. They all get the same allowances if they're on NSFAS.
As Rhodes University students continue to struggle, some are taking action, pushing for better housing solutions, petition for expanded university residence, and calling on local authorities to intervene. Will Rhodes University meet their growing demands? Will students be forced to bear the financial burden of expensive rentals? These questions that remain answered. For now, the housing crisis continues to disrupt student life in Makhanda.